All right, guys, we are going to be covering the Champions Chess Tour. What do we have? Game numero uno of the best of 6. And let's see what we get. We get D4 from Magnus, Knight F6. Okay, we get the C5. This, of course, is pretty classic. This is the classic semi-trash being played by Nepo, where black pushes C5 and D5. Ironically enough, this is what Hikaru played in that very historical game against Ding Liren in the last round of the candidates in 2022, a game which Ding would win. So I have some good and bad memories with this line. This is all pretty normal. Magnus has played this a lot from the white side. Okay. What do we have? Okay, so Magnus's small advantage here because the weak pawns on d5, e6, weak pawn on b7, and potential scope on the light squares. Is it anything major? No, but it is a small advantage. Small advantage here. As someone in chat just said, now I'll be able to pay much more attention to Twitter because I'm not playing. What were we saying? What were you guys saying? You're saying that I should stream on Kick. Numbers are better. Numbers are, I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm just going to be honest for a second. Numbers are always better on Twitch. I would say that in general, like I do have a contract with Kick, I do stream there, but overall the numbers are always better. Numbers are always better on Twitch. Thanks so much to Falafel for the gifted sub, or not Falafel, Fa for the gifted sub. Thank you. Told to sign up for the 2 months. Is there Rook C4 here? Rook D2, Rook C8. Oh, there's Queen F2. Oh wow, Queen F2, and it's a, ooh, what a resack here. What a resack from Nepo Man if he can find it. Will he find Queen F2? Queen F2 is actually a draw. I think what there were more on Kick. The numbers, if I compare them to yesterday specifically, numbers are much better on Twitch. But yeah, anyway, so anyway, you guys, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Yeah, the numbers are better on Twitch than Kick objectively. I think, you know, I obviously have a contract with Kick, but what I would say is that what Kick has really struggled to do is Kick has struggled to be able to sort of break the stigma. Blunder from Nepo Man, Queen E2, and Nepo is on his way to a big loss against Magnus. Queen to E2, and if takes, you go check, King H7, Queen B1. It's check, you lose the tower, it's uh-oh spaghetti-o, game over, GG, good night. Magnus Carlsen's gonna win yet again. So very big mistake from Nepo, very big mistake. And again, this is why we talk about the classic physics effect that is known as the Magnus effect. The Magnus effect is a real thing. People make more mistakes when they play against Magnus Carlsen than they do against other players. And this is another perfect example where Magnus is well on his way to a win if he goes Queen E2 or Queen C2. I've never heard you scream that loud. Yes, no, this is a best of 6 actually. I was gonna say best of 6 in these Champions Chess Tour semifinals and finals. Oh, Magnus re-blunders. What the heck is that? Wait, what? Are you telling me Magnus seriously did not see Queen H5 here? I mean, isn't this just great? Or wait, oh, maybe it's not. Oh no, maybe I'm crazy. Wait, where's the win? Oh, it's King H. Oh, it's King H2. Weird. Oh, weird. Maybe not. Anyway, back to the game. Small advantage for Magnus. What he's going to do is going to put the rook on. He's going to put the rook on D2. Really? Why didn't Magnus go rook D2 and just try to put the rook on B2 and just win this long end game? A little surprised by this from Magnus. This is not a blunder, but 4 versus 3 should be a draw. This should be a draw. If Magnus messes this up, I will be very disappointed. Although I will say Magnus has been a little bit shaky. Maybe shaky is wrong, but he's been off form, I feel like, at various times in this event. Wait, was there a blunder? Oh, wait. Oh, wait a second. You put the pawn on H5. Oh my gosh, this is. He needed to go rook A4, King G3, and then rook A2, right? Was this the right one? Oh no, this is still. Wait, what is wrong with this? Oh, King G6. King G6 is the way you draw. Okay, weird. Okay, let's go back to the game. Okay, but Magnus should win this now. Rook H4, King G3. You're gonna get a 3 on 2, and it's 3 connected. This should be winning. They did a JTT for the prime. No, I think the big mistake was G5, right? You should go G6 here and just kind of sit. Like, you should just kind of just sit like this. You should just sit. Or maybe this is actually still bad too. I don't know, tricky. But it's definitely bad now. Cams? What do you mean cam? Oh, the cams go down? What happened to the cams? Oh, I accidentally minimized the window. Okay, sorry about that. No, but if you don't take on h4, I'll tell you why it's so bad. Because if white gets to h5, the problem is you have this rook h7 trick. And you attack the pawn from behind, you capture it, and you win the game, so king can't go over. So it's already very critical here. It's very critical. Set up a section where you can always see the live game. I mean, I've thought about doing that, but this is just casual production. We're not going super insane. Let me refresh the board, by the way. Let me refresh it. Why is Jan vibing? Jan's been vibing the whole event, even when he's losing. It's best of 6, though. It's best of 6. So if Magnus wins his first one, it's bad news. How's it going, P123Z? Hope you're doing well. To everybody who's watching on X, hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. This final is going to end quickly. I mean, if Magnus gets to push his P with F4, F5, it's very ugly. I mean, this could be a very short final. Magnus, I believe, has to play someone from the losers bracket. You know, I Bowden for the prime. They had Air for the 20 months, but yeah, it's. I actually, is today the last one? Is this the last match or not? You guys tell me. I thought there was a losers bracket, but maybe I'm wrong. Is there a losers, like if Magnus wins, it says he won the whole event, or is there someone who comes out of losers? Oh, this is the last match period. Oh, okay. This is just it. It's just straight up, no double elimination, nothing. This is just it. Okay, this is just it. Fair enough. Okay, yeah. So anywho, yeah, this is just e4, maybe not e4 because it's probably rook a4, but rook h5, king g6, king f3, and slowly massage, or king f3. He'll probably go rook a3 here if I had to guess, but rook a3, there's also rook b6, rook h5, king g6. It's hard to see Magnus can't wait. Did it minimize again? Okay, let me put this somewhere else. Let me put this where should I put this? I'll put this here. If I click around, it's always it's never minimized as a window. Okay, probably rook a6, I assume here. But actually it's just easy win now because Magnus is gonna put the king on e5. Yeah, and now if you go back, there's king e5, now rook a6 and king f7 f5, and you start, yeah, king f7 f5, and you get your two connected, you push P in Jan's face, and it's game over. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. This is actually very easy. Yeah, very easy. Cams should be up, right? Yeah, cams are up. Yeah. Why do they have headphones? Because there is an in-person audience at the event. That's the reason. Yeah, Magnus knew from h4 he's winning. Exactly. Yeah. So to everybody who is watching on X, hope you guys are doing well. Once again, we have been doing some streams on X this year since about, I think, September. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the Title Tuesday streams. Today we're just covering the Champions Chess Tour. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the streams on X as well. So doing well. Push P, yes. Is there an h5 trap? No. Yeah, these CCT finals are so boring. Wesley lost terribly last year. I mean, I told you before, I've told you guys, both those of you guys who are watching on X, but also those of you guys who are watching here on Twitch as well, we are living in a brave new world, as they say, where because the Chess Champions Tour is going away, and by the way, I think it's a good thing, and being replaced by the Esports World Cup, where chess will be a part of it in 2025 in Riyadh. I think that the future is very bright for chess. I think honestly the Champions Chess Tour probably, but they should have stopped it after 2023 if I'm being honest. Okay, what's this trick? E6. What? Oh, he's trying. Oh, I see. He's trying to get it where it's two e pawns. But you have rook a5. This is actually a very classic endgame. H6 might have been winning too. No, it wasn't. This is a very classic endgame that Magnus lost in the candidates in 2013, I believe, to Vasily Ivanchuk a couple of games before the end, where you get an H and E versus a rook. This is pretty basic, and it should be a win for Magnus. So what I started to say is I think the Chess Champions Tour is basically, it ran its course, I would say, by the end of 2023. I think that I think that by the end of 2023 it had kind of run its course, and they should have just stopped it then. But I think, you know, with the replacement, this esports World Cup coming up, H6 is good now, or check in H6, doesn't really matter, both work. Just H6 now. H6 H7 with Rook H8 is also good enough, by the way. H6 H7 with Rook A8 Rook A7 tickles and you win. You have Rook A8 Rook A7 now in play. Nepo will resign here. Rook just E5 here. Vancouver is only if you have an H pawn. Here Magnus is an E pawn. Magnus will win this game, no doubt. By the way, this is also an example. I've told you guys many times, like, this is not so much about glazing Magnus, but this is another perfect example where I'm going to be honest. I think that if you gave me this position with black against anybody not named Magnus here, I think I would draw this position 90% of the time. I think if I had black here, I would draw this 90% of the time, and I think against Magnus I would lose more than 50% of the time. Like, this is like a perfect example of like stylistic stuff and how it matters so much when you play Magnus versus somebody else. Yeah, I don't think I would lose against Fabiano. I don't think I would. Like, I'll give you a better example. We'll cover the freestyle stuff a little bit later on too. I'll give you guys a better example. So a better example, which I've spoken about, it's not about being affected by Magnus. It's that Magnus's positional understanding is just so ridiculously good. But a better example is in the Petrov. So E4, E5, Knight 3, Knight F6, Knight E5, Knight E4, Queen E2, Queen E7 takes. There's this line with takes, Knight C6, which leads to a forced endgame here. Normally it goes like Knight C3, takes. I think it's Bishop F4, F6, castles, and this is considered to be a little bit better for white, but nothing special. And I think if I played this against anybody except Magnus, I think I draw this like almost all the time, literally all the time. And I think against Magnus I probably draw it like 50-60%, but I'm going to lose a good percentage of the time too. And so like that's kind of why it's so frustrating when you play these sorts of when you play against Magnus versus other players, because a lot of these things that you could do against other people you can't do against them. So you lose like a big part of your weaponry or your repertoire that works. I mean, that it's not about positional understanding being great. It's just Magnus's understanding, his ability of knowing where the pawns and the pieces belong is ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Yeah, this is just over. King G3, Rook H7, Queen. Oh, we might get Queen versus Rook here. This is what Magnus was able to draw against Nepo. You Queen. Yeah. Okay, 3 seconds for Magnus, but King G7. You have to go to G7, only square. Check King G. I mean, we're gonna get. Okay, Rook E7 maybe. I mean, you have to connect the pieces, but it's too close. It's already way too close here at the start, this end game. You're way too close. So Magnus is easily going to get the setup. Not Queen D7, sorry. He's going to easily get the setup here. Let's refresh. Yep. Hot. Maybe Rook F5 here. How many moves have they played? This was the last capture. 65 and we're on 74. King G8, I guess. King G8 only move. Yeah. If Nepo could have gotten like, yeah, this is King F7. Yeah, if Nepo could have gotten like 20 moves in at the start, he would have had a chance, but it was already bad from the get-go. So yeah, Magnus wins the game, and that's 1-0. Yep. Was there a simpler way to win that end game? I believe there was a simpler way to win. I didn't look closely. So right here. Yeah, I mean E6 was good enough, but actually King E4, King D5 was also quite good. So someone was saying, don't forget, or there's a tweet from Freestyle. Yeah. Let's take a look. Yeah, there's a tweet from Freestyle Chess. I should probably cover this, so let me do a separate recording. Just there we go. Let's turn this back up. Let's put the music back on. We have a classic Gucci piano. We have a Gucci piano. FIDE will make special rules. I mean, they can't really do that. And by special rules, I'm not going to be playing like 2200s or something. What happened to my music? There we go. Okay, so Magnus is black. What do we get? We got a Gucci piano, pretty standard. Okay, we got this early bishop g5 line. It's a very aggressive line, but it's very dangerous. In no other sports do two organizations operate this is sick IMO. What is sick about it? I mean, I don't understand what's sick about it, but anyway, it's what it is. I don't actually understand what's sick about it. So anyway, we are still here. We're following the games anonymous. Those of you guys who are watching on X, we are still here. Just to be clear, we are still here. We're still here. So yeah, we're still here. We're covering the games, and we keep rolling. So Magnus goes bishop g4. Apparently Magnus already winning again, by the way. Just g5 incoming. He's probably in a castle queenside. I mean, oh, sick is awesome or sick is bad. I don't know. But this looks really bad though. This is why the bishop g5 lines are very dangerous for white. I know computers sometimes like them, but it's very risky going for this because black gets a quick attack on the king side here. There's a pin, there's a knife on f4. The computer actually hates this. Computer hates this. But anyway, so yeah, bishop g5 is a line. I would say generally this is a good example of what you don't want to do when you're playing rapid chess. When you're playing rapid chess, I think these lines are too difficult to play because your opponent gets a quick attack on the king side. In a classical game, I think it's fine, by the way. So anyway, okay, we get castles, bishop g3 g5, I'm guessing. So we got rook e1. I assume g5 here, probably. Yeah, g5, surely g5, probably g5 h5 or something. I mean, computer wants king b8. I don't think we'll get king b8. I don't actually see what's wrong with like one of the rooks to f8 here to guard the juicer. I mean, why is bishop f7 so bad? Rook h7. Okay, I mean, it's a little bit much, but let's see. Nepo will be tilted. Well, the thing is, it's a best of 6, and I'm going to be honest. I was trying to say this earlier, but honestly, I know Magnus has nothing to do with the format, but if Magnus were making the format for these events, he could not have picked a better format for himself than the format they have. A best of 6 is insane. A best of 6 makes Magnus a massive favorite, period. Doesn't matter who he's playing against. A best of 6, because he's just the best player in general, means the chance of him losing are very, very low. Very, very low. Oh, I mean, like, very low. I mean, in the best of 2, for example, like you saw him play MVL, he was outplayed by Maxime in that best of 2. He should have lost the best of 2 match, but once you get to like best of 4, he's definitely a favorite. But best of 6, you're getting to the range where beating Magnus, I would say, is, I mean, almost impossible. World Championships best of 14. We're talking about different formats. Yeah, theoretically it's fair because the best player should always win. I guess that's one way of looking at it, but from the standpoint from the general standpoint, mods, where are you? Mods, why are my mods not doing their job? Okay, mods aren't doing their job. Yeah, so anyway, so yeah, all right. What I was saying is, yeah, best of 6 is definitely very much in Magnus's favor. Okay, let me upload the video. 1 second, you guys. He played king b8. No, but he put the bishop on h5 first. He put the bishop here to guard the pawn, and then he played king b8. I mean, basically white's problem is you can't attack on the queen side. If you ever go c4, you lose the juicer. If you go knight c4, your king side becomes very compromised. So black is basically just waiting and getting ready to attack, and the queen side is very closed here. So anyway, Okay, so Nepo allows the trade. He goes knight c4, he allows the trade. Now it's a question of, can Magnus push his p and attack the white king here before Nepo's able to break through in the center of the board. But I like what Nepo has done in a way, because it's like no compromise. But honestly, I mean, with h5 h4 coming up here, I am not feeling it. I feel like Alireza was the only guy who had a chance, and I think there's a very good chance that Nepo just gets smoked by h5 h4. World Championship is 14 games. Trying to compare classical chess with blitz and rapid is ridiculous. I mean, I know a lot of people are beginners or newer to chess, but you can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. So we have h5 here. Beginner equals below 2,600 feet. Yeah. Yeah, thinking of bang for EUW, thinking of Veroy, thinking of Walking Hobbit. So anyway, yeah, it was probably actually very smart by Magnus to pick Nepo. Actually, very smart. So I mean, maybe knight e3 to try and get the knight here, maybe, but I mean, I probably would play knight e3 and just try to put the knight on f5 and pray, but it looks really bad. Magnus probably would beat Alireza too, but I at least feel like Alireza is a better chance. They will stop if the match is decided. If it gets to three and a half half, if it gets to 3.5 half, then they don't play the last 2 games. So it could be very short. It could be a very short stream today. Why aren't you playing League of Legends? I'm not a big League of Legends guy. When I was young, when I was really young, I should say, I mean really young, like a kid actually, like 10 11 years old, I mean, the game that I liked was StarCraft. StarCraft was the game that I like. I still have classic StarCraft on one of my computers somewhere. So anyway, did I see Magnus mock Wesley after beating him? I'm aware of that, but like whatever. I mean, Wesley is just like, I don't know what's up with Wesley. My attitude is that I think Wesley has kind of I feel like Wesley's collecting his paycheck. I feel like Wesley's one of those players with a pandemic. I mean, I know he did well in 2021 and 2022 in the online events, but I feel like the pandemic really sapped Wesley's over the board motivation. Yeah. Oh, did we get a move? We got knight e3. Okay, so Nepo played what I thought he would do. He went knight e3. Yeah, Brood War, obviously. But I feel like Wesley, it's just, at least as far as over the board chess goes, the pandemic killed his enthusiasm for over the board chess. We'll get takes, of course. I mean, I don't know why Nepo's thinking you just take. Maybe he's looking at take. Maybe he's looking at takes and knight f5 or something, but or bishop c4 maybe. But why would you have OTP motivation when you can sit at home playing some rapid and get huge money? I mean, but the thing is, it's going away. Like, it's going away. Wesley's already in a situation where he's not going to get invitations to the top tournaments. I mean, Wesley is already in a very dangerous situation. I mean, he can play all the US tournaments, but I mean, like, if he doesn't qualify for the full Grand Chess Tour, which I don't think he will, that's a lot of income out the window. So anyway, StarCraft was awesome. Zerg and Zeitgeist Marines repairing barracks. I mean, obviously, I mean, I did watch StarCraft in the old days. I mean, I was a huge fan of Slayer's Boxer, so obviously I'm all about Terran. I mean, all about Terran. So anyway, let's see what we get here. Not everyone cares about money, but Boyley, if you don't care about money, then you should have another motivation and just play good chess. And living in America is not cheap either, but thank you. Oh, we get knight f5. We get the blunder. He goes for this. Okay, apparently there's h4 to try and muck it up. Yeah, I mean, but what you said makes literally zero sense, because if you're talking about motivation and money not being the motivation at all, then you should actually be studying chess every day and you should care about chess a lot instead of making quick draws. So like your logic makes no sense at all. By the way, Magnus is just knights going to e5. Look at these knights. It's just an absolute disaster here for Nepo. He's just getting crushed. Just an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. Are you not at a level yet where you don't have to work for the rest of your lives? Chess players are not rich. You might be surprised to know this, but that's also why there's this whole issue with freestyle, because when you have these tournaments where you have a grand prize of 200,000, that is more money than every chess tournament in the world currently, except for the world championship match. There are no events, as I mean, I guess there's the World Cup, which is like 160k or something if you win it, but there are no other events. So if there's 6 of these freestyle tournaments and the grand prize is $200,000, that's a massive amount of money that you can make. So that's why you have this issue with FIDE right now, because chess players, you know, as the famous philosopher Andrew Tate said, chess pays zero. So chess pays $0. So with chess paying zero, I mean, it's not easy to make a living. So speaking of that, by the way, I was kind of shocked, weren't all the charges like dropped or something, or dismissed? Okay, we get queen e5 here from Magnus, another good move. Probably queen d2, maybe queen c1. Not looking very good though. All prizes combined is 200k or first place. First place is 200k. I believe the overall prize fund is something like $1 million if I'm not mistaken. Probably just f6, guard the pawn. Rook g8 maybe, but yeah, just f6, logical. So and its comparison, top streamers make 200-300k on average on daily. They don't make 300k daily, but yes, streaming pays a lot better than playing chess. That's why I will never go back to playing chess professionally ever again. I mean, it's never happening for me. Like, I'll play tournaments here and there. I fully hope that I can qualify for all of the freestyle tournaments and play all 6 of them, but the idea of me going back to playing classical chess, never happening. Oof, 95. Oh, this is so gross. 95. It's terrible. But wait, you're a chess player? I mean, sometimes I'm a chess player. But yes, Magnus up 1-0 here. Yeah. Here come D's nut. Here come the knights. Queen a3, of course. Whoops. Queen a3. If takes. I mean, there's knight d3 with the fork. The knight forks the rooks. There's also a family fork, or the royal fork as we call it, where everything's getting forked. All the forks are in the position. So D's knights are very, very well placed. How long have I been in Germany? I'm not in Germany. Not in Germany. D5, good enough. I mean, knight d3 is a computer move, but I mean, everything's collapsing. Look at the knights here. Look at the queen on a3. Look at the rooks. I mean, everything is great. Yeah. Will I try for the candidates? You know, XQC Kai top streamers make 6 digits daily. I mean, for the subathon, yes, but Kai's numbers when he's not doing subathon, they'll still be very high. But even if you project what is that? Let's just say, let me do some math. You say 150,000 subs monthly. That would be 450 divided by, let's just say 30 days in a month. That's only 15,000 a day. That's not in 6 figures daily. Okay, rook d8. Rooks are coming in here. Yeah, I mean, this. Yeah, Nepo sacks the rook, but this does nothing at all. I mean, literally just, yeah, this is going to be a wipeout. It's going to be 2-0 and 3-0 soon. Yeah. Too good. Magus too good. Magus too good. Magus too good. Too good. Too good. Too good. But at any rate, as I was saying, like, you know, the fact of the matter is, chess is something where there's not a lot of money, and anything where people are coming in, this is a nice simplification here. Magus just takes with the queen, rook d2, which is GG. Yeah, Nepo's just cooked like a goose here. Could play bullet brawl. No, I'm not playing bullet brawl. Yeah. But what I was saying is chess doesn't pay very well. So anytime you have someone coming in where they're trying to bring more money for the game, it's definitely a good thing. Queen d2 is simple. Queen d2 is good. Rook d2 is good. I mean, literally everything wins here for black, unless you hang a piece. Queen d4 also good enough. I mean, everything wins. Do I think Fischer Random is going to overtake Standard in the upcoming decades? I don't know. I think it comes down to a couple of very basic dynamics, and I'll explain them right now what the dynamics are. it's going to come down to it comes down to, first and foremost, money. H4 is a nice move. Magnus just pouring the gasoline on here is so bad. If there's more money in Fisher Random, if you have tournaments where the first prize is $200,000, and let's just say hypothetically, if you have a tournament every month, let's say 12 tournaments a year where the first prize is $200,000, Fisher Random will overtake classical chess. People will play those events versus the current situation. Queen G3 is so nasty, hits it all. Gross, actually gross. Yeah, actually gross. 2-0 already. This one's headed in a very ugly direction. Very ugly direction here. So as I was starting to say, what was I starting to say? If you have tournaments where the prize money does not change in classical events, and you have tournaments in Fisher Random with big prizes, players are going to inevitably play Fisher Random over classical chess because of the financial difference. That is the reality, whether you like it or not. So unless Fisher Random goes away, or classical chess tournaments have much bigger prize funds, i.e. FIDE finds Magic sponsors, which they probably won't, by the way. They've done a terrible job at that. Then Fisher Random probably will take over. But that's what it hinges on. It hinges on, will there be continued sponsorship for Fisher Random the way there currently is with his freestyle chess? And then if there is, will there be a massive change in the sponsorship for classical chess? And I don't think both of those can happen. I think the real question is, will the fans like Fisher Random? Will there be enough interest to maintain these prize funds? If there is, I think Fisher Random dominates. And I don't think classical chess is changing one bit. I think it's going to remain the exact same way it is now. So it all hinges on whether Fisher Random can maintain the public interest and whether you can have these prize funds. And if you can, Fisher Random will take over. Absolutely will, 100%. So anyway, all right. So Magnus wins 2-0. That's really what it comes down to, plain and simple. Because I don't see the classical landscape changing whatsoever. I mean, I don't think that Indian billionaires are going to suddenly want to put up hundreds of thousands into the millions of dollars for classical chess tournaments. So unless that happens, I mean, I just, to me, it's a very clear equation. It's whether Fisher Random maintains a public interest or not. It's really that simple. So game 3 should be starting in a second. Game 1, I'm just gonna set up for the review while I'm at it, because why not? That first game was a beautiful game, by the way. So Carlsen Magnus 28-38, Nepo 27-58. Okay, so anyway, we keep going. Okay, let's go back. Game 3, they popped it up. I don't know if they're starting right away or not. I don't see the players are not at the board at the moment. Here comes Hikaru with the commentary. Yeah, they're calling it freestyle chess. I'm aware of that, but viewership for classical is much higher than, let's say, 10 years ago. Could increase revenues. What revenues? I mean, I can tell you guys, I mean, like, if you look at the World Championship, the amount of money that the Singaporean government had to come up with it's a very, very high number. It's a very, very high number. So there were no like major commercial sponsors of the event. There were no major commercial sponsors. I know Google was involved with the broadcast and everything, but the vast majority of the money was coming from the Singaporean government. So I'm not going to say the number. I mean, I know it's above a certain number, but at any rate, the point is they're not getting sponsors. Someone says FIDE said 8 million. I don't know if they said that. Thank you, Brazilian Monk, for the gifted sub, a pistol for the 14, Ferd Saba for the 7. But at any rate, the fact of the matter is they're not getting commercial sponsors. They failed miserably at that. All the sponsors they've been able to get have been a handful of sponsors. Google paid millions. They most definitely did not. Thank you to Crysex for the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, game 3 going to be starting pretty soon. So at any rate, that's my general takeaway, is that like they haven't been able to find commercial sponsors. there are sponsors for a lot of these chess.com type of events, because frankly at the end of the day, chess.com, these online events, there are a lot of people online, there are a lot of people watching when Magnus plays or I play. So I think right now that's just the reality. The reality is that at the moment FIDE is not finding commercial sponsors. Now maybe that'll change. Maybe Indians, because they're so crazy about chess right now, you know, these guys like Adani or Ambani or some of those guys will suddenly like be willing to put millions of dollars into chess. It is possible, but barring that happening, I mean, I just don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't see it, honestly. I don't see it. So that's the reality. Bro forgets Google has an Indian CEO. You do realize, you guys, that I've met Sundar Pichai. Like, I've spoken to Sundar. Like, I mean, like thank you for telling me about it. I mean, I had a conversation with Sundar before the match. Actually, I was talking to him about you know, what Gukash's chances were and whether he was going to win the match. But hey, like, I mean, who's counting anyway? But all right, we're waiting for game 3 to start. I mean, come on. I mean, that actually, if I were to tell you guys, it's probably my single, out of everything that's happened during the pandemic, hearing that he watched some of my videos during the heart of the pandemic is probably like the single most humbling thing that I've like that I heard. Yeah, thank you so much to 15 Racer guy for the prime. Legit. It was like, I mean, it's probably like the most humbling thing. It was probably the most humbling thing, knowing that like someone who like literally is spending their days talking to like world leaders watch some of my content during lockdowns in the early days. So yeah, anyway, all right, so game 3 should be starting pretty soon, and let's see what we get. How's that humbling? Because I mean, because it's a reminder that like there are people who are far more important, successful is the wrong word, people who are like really like important, people who are like have the potential to change the world. Like the fact they're watching like a random person playing chess is pretty amazing. Okay, did I get another F again, you guys? Did we get another F? Is Restream deciding this to be terrible today? It's probably a Restream issue if I had to guess, you guys. If we're getting the Fs, it's probably Restream. If I were streaming directly to Twitch, it would be fine. Thank you Jack for the prime. Thank you so much to Romeo. Thank you to Brazilian Monk. Probably because I'm using Restream. We had this issue on Tuesday when we were doing the Restream to both Twitter and Twitch. So it wouldn't be shocking, but yeah, I'm not dropping frames in my OBS though, so that's probably a Restream issue. 1 minute till it starts. Okay, I'm gonna go use the restroom quickly and we'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, where were we? Okay, waiting for game number 3. Should be starting in a second. Nepo is washed. Thank you as always, much appreciated. Why is chat so slow in on Twitter? Not seeing anything, but anyway. All right, so we're waiting for game 3. Nepo needs a comeback or it'll all be sad. Yeah, humbling is the way you realize he wasn't the most famous person there. please I'm well aware that I'm not that important in the bigger scheme of things. I'm just a streamer who tries to like bring people some joy through chess. That's what I do. I just try to bring people some joy through chess. That's what I do. I'm not claiming to be some superhero or something. I just try to stream and bring, make people's day better, and hopefully they enjoy the game of chess. So yeah, like I'm well aware of that. You are important. I'm just a streamer, you guys. I'm just a streamer. Your stream sound is glitched on my TV but not on my phone. Weird. That's odd. Have I coded? When I was much younger, I did some basic coding. I mostly was just doing HTML. Yeah, I did some HTML. It was mostly HTML. Yeah, it was mostly just HTML. I mean, my brother was also big on that stuff, so like I mean I would occasionally look at some books like Java and C++. No, sorry, you're saying coding. Yeah, I would look at Java and C++ a little bit, but not a whole lot. Thank you so much to IM1EOW for the prime. Have I ever played Go? I have tried Go. I have some books. Not a coder. I mean, I did some basic Java and C++ and a little bit of HTML. That's it. No, I said a little. I did not say a lot. I don't possess. I said a little, not a lot. Yeah, be serious. Like, I'm not pretending to be some. I love how people take it and they spin it out of control. Like I literally just said something basic and everyone's gonna be like, oh, he's trying to pretend he's like some genius and he codes or whatever. I never said that. I never said that. But no, I mean, I never was into that stuff. I was never into that stuff, really. It was not my thing. Yeah. Why is the bar in White's favor? Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, all that stuff is already like we're already talking like 20 years ago. Spreadsheets is coding. No, spreadsheets is definitely F. What? Yeah, I don't know. I think we're good. I think we're good. Please, chat, stop trolling me with the F's. Yeah, stop trolling me. It's a best of 6. It's a best of 6. Chess is also boring. I was gonna tell you guys, as far as chess goes, I mean, I think that, you know, this event, I told you guys before that to me, this event, font size 32, hello Hikaru font. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, the Chess Champions Tour, my general attitude is that you need everything to move much more over the board. And you need to have formats that are much more exciting. I think the current formats, you can say it wouldn't be a problem if Magnus weren't so dominant, which maybe is true. But it's very clear that right now these formats are not attractive to the fans. And I'm going to give another hot take here, which is that I think that if you look at a best of 6 format, I think there are only 2 people who have a high enough quality to where they could maybe match Magnus. I'm not saying they wouldn't both lose, but where they could maybe match Magnus and they wouldn't just be blown away in a best of 6, and neither of those 2 players are playing here. They probably still, both of them would probably still lose on average, but I think when I look at the players who are playing this event, maybe Ali Reza, if he were at his absolute best, could, but I don't think any other player realistically has a chance in a best of 6 against Magnus in this format, at least who's made it in the Chess Champions Tour. No, I said 2 players who are not there. Ali Reza at his best could, but there are only 2 players who I think have openings that are precise enough to where they could maybe hang on. They have 39k on YouTube and 17k on Twitch, and you've got me with 8k. Those numbers pale in comparison, though. They pale in comparison. When I played Magnus in 2020 in the final, there were 70,000 people watching on my Twitch, I believe. There were 70,000 people watching on my Twitch, I believe. Maybe I've got it wrong, but the numbers were massive. I mean, you're talking at least like 3 to 4x what they are right now. Thank you to Henry Sugar for the 52 months. Appreciate it. So I mean, to me, I think like the format's been beaten to death, and it's a good thing that it's being removed. So anyway, waiting for game 3 to start. The players are at the board. Here we go. If Magnus wins the game, the match is over. You and Fabi at the best can definitely compete with Prime Magnus. Otherwise, these online tournaments are so boring. Thank you, Chess with Titus, for the tier 1. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that. I think what I would say is what you really would want is I mean, basically you can't get it, but what you would want is a combination of Fabiano and myself. Basically, both of us have certain skills that the other one is lacking. So to be like very blunt about it, what Fabiano is lacking is he lacks a natural intuition and ability to just like play good moves and do these sort of short calculations. And then what Fabiano has that I don't have is his openings are so good combined with a deep calculation. So like both of us have something that the other one needs, but you can't combine us. If you can combine us, you'd have a player who I think would be better than Magnus. But unless there's some way to do some magic surgery or whatever, that's never happening. And it's like you can't do it. So you never know. It is 2024. You never know. But anyway, yeah. That's what I would say. It's like you need some way to combine Fabiano and myself, and I think if you could combine us, you would have a player who could definitely compete with Magnus. But you can't because one of us is missing something that the other one has. Thank Thank you so much to Rock and Roll Jui for the prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Siamese twin surgery. Exactly. Yes. We need Neuralink. We need Neuralink. It's like that. What's that movie called? The kaiju movie. What's it called? What's it called? That movie. It's like where you have the two people's brains connected. What is it called? A Pacific Rim. Yeah, Pacific Rim. That's what it is. It's like you need something like that to where the two brains can be synced together. That's what you need. Didn't know you were number 3 FIDE rings. You're crazy good, man. Nah, I'm just a streamer, you guys. I'm not that good at chess. Yeah, we need the neural handshake. We need the handshake to combine the brains. Yeah. So anyway, game 3, players are at the board. They haven't started yet. No viewer arena today. But I do want to stress once again, this is our last stream of the year 2024 here on Twitch. So big shout out to everybody. I've been having a lot of fun the last few months. Since we returned to start doing the Title Tuesdays on the early Title Tuesdays on Twitter and on Twitter and Twitch. So hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope you're having a great day. This will be the last stream, I think, on both these platforms actually for the year. So hope you guys have had a good 2024. I know I have. As we move into 2025. Why is this last stream of the year? Because I will be traveling. I'm not playing the Title Tuesday on the 24th. I'll be skipping Tuesday. And then the Chess Champions Tour, or not Champions Tour, the World Rapid and Blitz will be covering it on Kick. By the way, we got the Alapin from Magnus up 2-0. He's going to be rock solid here. By the way, this is something that Hikaru plays a lot online as well. Hikaru plays this all the time in situations where he's trying to be solid. Bishop b3, d5, takes, castles. In BB, Ediz is first and Faustino's second. I haven't been looking. I'll go over there. Let's see. Where's the bullet brawl? Bullet brawl. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. Wait. Tournaments. Let's take a look. Bullet brawl. Danya is not playing, by the way. Sorry, let me change the scene. Danya's not playing. Oh wait, why is it not showing? I'll just show this very quickly, you guys, and then we'll get back to the other one. Yeah, so just very quickly, if we look at bullet brawl, it's Ediz, Faustino, Christopher Yu. 120 is a pretty low score at this point, I feel like, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, a lot of losses. These guys have like 8 losses, but Bornik not having a great day. No Danya though, right? No Danya, no me. So yeah, all right, let's get back to the game. Let's change the scene. Here we go. Okay, what do we got? Nepo trying to be aggressive. I thought knight g5 was good here, but he goes for is knight g5? Yeah, knight g5 actually. Knight g5 is the top move. Yeah, I thought knight g5 was the problem. We got takes, castles, d6, probably queen d6. Nepo trying to create an imbalance since he's down 2-0 in the match. Dude always does the same to you and AK. Who does what? Oh, sniping? I mean, yeah, but I'm not going to join Bullet Brawl to do that. That's stupid. I remember you playing Title Tuesday on January 2nd, 2024. It's been a long year and a happy one for seeing my favorite streamer. Happy 2025. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Titled Cup is effectively over because Magnus and I will both be playing in the World Rapid and Blitz now. There was a potential that neither one of us would be playing had this agreement not been reached with FIDE. But as it stands, we are both playing. So that's where things stand right now. So anyway, it is what it is. Any 2025 resolutions? Not really. D5 apparently a mistake. I don't know why, but what was I starting to say? I forget what I was saying. Did I get a wild card for what? I don't know what you're saying, but anyway, yeah, there was a very real possibility that there had not been an agreement that Magnus and I would not be playing the World Rapid and Blitz, because there was this players were having to deal with a situation where there were potential, let's just call them like negative repercussions if you chose to play the freestyle events. Let's leave it at that. Thank you so much to H Shaw for the 19 months. Appreciate it. So let's see what we get. Let's see what we get here in this game. Okay, Nepo probably will take or go bishop g4, one of the two. I don't know which one, so we'll see which one we get here. I'll break a coconut on my head for every title Tuesday you win. That would be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. Yeah, there was a very real possibility, very real possibility that neither of us would be playing the World Rapid and Blitz. Very real possibility. By the way, I love it. For some reason, I just decided to do something I never do. I never do this, but I decided to actually go to Reddit, and I love it. Hikaru is a professional attention seeker. He might be exaggerating some small conflict, which, as we see, was solved quite quickly. I love it. I love it. Yes, I love it. I just say that for no reason at all. I love it. What an idiot. Literally, what an idiot. Yeah, it's unbelievable the amount of nonsense you can see. Like, yeah, amazing. Yeah, I love the theory that everything I say is it's just attention seeking. There's no truth behind it. I just make it all up and say it. Like, unbelievable. As though there weren't direct conversations. Dvorakevich wasn't writing emails to Henrik or to myself, or that there weren't, you know, long threads with Butner as well. Like, I love it. I love it how it's all just made up nonsense. Just unbelievable how stupid people can be. Thank you for the 23-month resub. Thank you. Yeah, just all made up, just attention seeking for clicks, right? Yeah. Hilarious. All right. Let's see what Nepo will play here in this position. Apparently Nepo is better, but I don't know why. Dan, Mihal, and Tang are playing titled Arena on Lichess, but they skipped the bullet brawl. No idea. Yeah, no idea. It's just it confuses me. It confuses me that people can be so blinded to think such things. Like, the people can think, oh, I'm just saying it for some click. Like, the amount of, you know, if things were made up and people were to call me out on it, like, let's just say I made something up completely and people called me out on it, like, the downside to that is far greater than any upside from some attention seeking headline, like, completely. So let's see what Magnus plays here. It's incredible. The you know what's funny about Reddit? Reddit is a great place as long as you don't go to the chess Reddits. If you go, like, there's so many Reddits that I actually like Wall Street Bets. I love Wall Street Bets. It's probably my favorite. I go to R Costco quite frequently. Also, there's one that when I really need entertainment is AITAH. That's another one that I go to. Did he just say he admits that? No, that's exactly the opposite of what I said. I said that the downside of making stuff up matters far more than getting like a couple of clicks on some random video or something. That's the whole point. But anyway, let's see what we get after bishop b5. Let's see what Nepo plays here. Thank you, GM Smurfette. I go to R Sleb NSFW. I've never been there, but that NSFW, I know what that means. So let's just say I'm never gonna go there. Never gonna go there. That sounds really bad. Really bad. Thank you so much to Ed the Bin for the Prime. Thank you so much to Ed the Bin. Anyway, as I was saying, back to chess. Let's see what we get here. But I love it when people are so oblivious and think, oh, it's just attention seeking. Like, I need attention. Like, I could retire tomorrow very easily, and considering the amount of toxicity that I've seen in chess over the last 2 years specifically, it's not implausible that I'll coast into the sun in 2 or 3 years. Not implausible at all. Which would of course refute that sad conspiracy theory in a second. Thank you so much to Smurfette for the 200 bits. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Brazilian Monk for the gifted sub. Let's see what Nepo plays here. Rise and Fall of Haktua. Yeah, it's just it boggles my mind that people can be so disturbed and so out of touch with reality. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because when you're on the inside and you see things, like, it's different, but it baffles me quite frequently. Okay, let's see what we get here after G takes f3. Magnus is, it's about balanced here, about balanced. Let's see what we get here. Probably, okay, queen d7 is a weird move. Bishop c3 will never be played here. It's just awkward. I would guess rook a8. Letting one person, I mean, I see those comments all the time, though, even on Twitter. Even on Twitter, it's the same thing. Oh, you just make something up for clicks. Just like it's attention seeking, blah, blah, blah. No, unfortunately, the fact is everything that I say is literally based on specific details that I've heard from someone on everything. Bishop takes f3 is bad. Yeah. Get knight e4. Let's see what Nepo will play here. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. What's the future of competitive chess? Hard to know what it is. Hard to know. I could have ended with everything I say is based. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what we get here in this position. Let's see. What will Magnus play here? Not sure. I guess oh wait, no, it's not Magnus' move. I was gonna say he would play d6, but it's not his turn. Probably bishop e3 to hit the knight, and then d6 if he can get it in. Yeah, let's see. What is pawn's favorite sport? Pawn G? I don't know what that means, but anyway, yeah. I think that when I look at the future of chess, as I said, it's very clear cut for me. It's there are a couple things. First one is, will Fischer Random, will the public really like it? Will they be able to get sponsorship? It's worth pointing out that I believe for this freestyle tour they were able to raise $12 million from it was like right wing capital. Was it left wing cap? Well, I forget what it was. There was some private equity firm that they raised $12 million from to hold this tour. So that they were able to raise a lot of money for this, and I think that if they're able to show whatever, you know, whatever makes people happy, growth numbers, viewership, whatever it might be, whatever the metrics are, and you continue to have that, I mean, I think Fischer Random is definitely going to start to overtake classical chess. But you also have the Esports World Cup as well, which could be very, very big for chess too. Esports World Cup has potential to be massive. I moved the screen. What do you mean? Oh, did I move the screen? I didn't move it. Did they change the cams? Did they change the cams or something? Wait, why am I seeing this? Wait. No, I didn't change the cams. Why is the cam of Magnus showing... Why is the angle of Magnus showing Nepo? Why do they have a bad angle of Magnus showing Nepo's sweater? I didn't change the cam. Why did chess.com change the cam so that Magnus... They're literally shooting Magnus from behind Nepo, and they're not shooting Nepo from behind. No, that's chess.com. Literally, they changed the camera from behind. I don't understand that. I'm confused, but hey, whatever. Yeah, they did it just to trigger me. Yeah. Is this a draw? No, there's still 3 more games at least. But I mean, I think we're in the slow burn stage. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Magnus is gonna win this game. At some point, d6 is gonna come to open up the center. The knight's jumping. I'm not vibing this. The vibes are bad. The vibes are not good enough here. Yeah, the vibes are not good enough. Thank you, Mr. Fungi, for the prime. Thank you, Lecter H, for the prime. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Magnus is going to win this game. I mean, the problem for Jan is he's already down 2-0. He probably would just like... He wants to either win the game or just end it right here as well. They're not playing 6 games. It ends once Magnus gets to 3.5, it's over. Chances of Nepo coming back are very low. He has to draw this game. If he draws this game, there's a small chance. Thanks so much to Ulysses for the prime. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ulysses. So let's just say Nepo loses this game and gets to 3-0. If the next game is a draw, it's over because 3.5 is enough to win the game. The real question is Nepo wearing the same underwear 2 days in a row. Who cares, you guys? Who cares? You might not know this, but a lot of chess players are very superstitious. So like there are chess players who will wear the same shirt for an entire tournament. I wore the same sweater for the entire US championship when I won it in 2019. I did. I wore the same sweater every day in the US championship in 2019. Yuck. But hey, if you're gonna win 50,000 Benjamins, it's pretty much worth it, y'all. Computer wants B6, but I don't know. I mean, come on. If wearing the same sweater for 9 days and stinking is gonna help me win $50,000, especially back then when I was a struggling professional chess player, then yeah, I mean, come on, of course. Thank you so much to Bry Candy for the 21. Thank you to AP Hen for the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. 95 apparently a blunder. Don't ask me why. Bishop G3 apparently a blunder. Don't ask me why. What's the move? Rook E3. Okay. And this is a blunder because of Rook A D8, which is also not going to be. If Nepo plays Rook D8 here, I'd be impressed. If we get Rook A D8 here, I'd be mildly impressed, especially because he's too low on time here. I mean, Rook. Why is this good? Takes? Not there. Takes. Rook D1, Queen D1, and then what? Oh, because you can take, and after check you can run because it's okay. We get Rook D8. Okay, good move from Jan. Good move. He found it. It's very small chance, but because the time situation, I mean, I really wish it were reversed, where 2 minutes for Magnus. If Magnus had 2 minutes here, I think Nepo would have real chances to win. But with Magnus having the 4 and Nepo having the 2, it's pretty unlikely, is what I would say. So chess, everyone on XSA, if you don't understand something, you'll guess at how it works. It's a baseline of how easy it is for conspiracy theories to emerge. That's a good comment, actually. Yeah, it's a good comment. That's actually a very good comment. Yeah, if you don't understand something, you'll guess at how it works. It's a baseline. Exactly. Okay, knight c6 only move to not be dead lost here, by the way. But I don't even this. Why is this so bad? I don't even get this. Apparently this is good, but I mean, did he play it? He did play it. Okay, some chance for this match to get mildly interesting now. I mean, definitely hoping that Nepo finds a way. The time situation is very bad though. But actually it's not crazy, because I realized after takes knight d4 you sack the rook. There's just rook d7, right? Yeah, just rook d7, you win the juicer and you win the game. So it's actually not that hard to find. We get it. Okay, real chances here for Nepo to win the game. Real chances for Nepo to win. Real chances for Nepo to win here. Real chances. Real chances here. There is increment. Yeah, there's a 2-second increment. Start the proceed. Yeah, until he blunders. I don't know. What is Magnus's facial expression? It is not a facial expression of happiness. Goes king h1. Mistake. Can Nepo play pawn takes pawn is the question. Like, why is this bad? What? Oh, you have bishop f8. What am I smoking? Yeah. Okay, you guys. Can Jan clutch this to at least make it interesting? Let's see. Can he clutch this? I mean, great chance to win if he can get, like, if he can get stabilized, get the knight to f5, like just an example line, and go h5 h4 at some point. They're a great chance. I know right here it's no good because of knight g5, but if you get h5 h4, this bishop is very bad here on g3. It's like a big pawn. It is kind of like a wooden shield, but it's also acting like a pawn. I think Nepo might win this game. Yeah, knight f5, of course, should be played pretty much instantly. Yeah, he plays it. Okay, it's getting exciting here, a little bit exciting. Okay, yeah, rook e6 is a very strong move if Nepo can find it. Rook e6 and rook e8 is not Honestly, not that hard in my opinion, actually, because now the knight has no squares either. Yeah, Nepo's gonna win this game. Nepo's gonna win this game. That's my prediction. I shouldn't curse him. No, I shouldn't jinx him yet. Takes. I mean, I shouldn't jinx him. Let's focus on the game. Let's focus. Let's not jinx him, because anything could still happen. Okay, not a terrible. Oh, but there's 94 rookie 8. No, wait, no, knight g5. I mean, if Nepo at 5, if Nepo were the one up on the clock here, I would say he's gonna win for sure. But it's not. He's the one down on time. I mean, I definitely want Nepo to win this game just so we get a match, because if Nepo loses this game, like, I mean, the match is just such a nothing burger. Magnus does not look happy here. You think Magnus will swindle? It's possible. Yeah, rook e6. Okay, Nepo's trying to pick up the pace here. I think Nepo's gonna win because there's bishop d4. Too many ideas here, and Magnus's pieces are awful. Yeah, knight h4 also a good move. Knight h4 is top computer move. Goes queen h5. Apparently a mistake. Oh, because after f3 pieces get boxed in. Queen h5 is a very human move, by the way. Okay, maybe queen g4. Yeah, that's what I would have played. Queen h3, of course. Why is he thinking just queen h3? Okay. Ooh, g5 is a hard move to play here. G5 is the best move. Very hard move to play. G5 takes and bishop e5. I mean, g5 is almost an impossible move to play as a human. Almost impossible. At least, I mean, maybe not impossible if you have 10 minutes on the clock, but not with 30 seconds. Yeah, this is getting back. I mean, I think Magnus could win this game, so honestly, I think Magnus could definitely win this in a scramble. Okay, queen f4, knight e4, I assume. Queen b4. Wait, queen b4. Knight f5, knight f5 and rook e3. Queen you wait a second. Magnus bamboozled himself. Magnus thinks he's Sun Tzu, as the famous saying goes. You must confuse yourself in order to confuse your enemy, you must confuse yourself first. Magnus is trying to follow the classic Sun Tzu approach. Rook e3. I mean, rook e3, knight e3, queen b. Oh no, queen b7, knight d8. Queen b7, mistake apparently. But knight d8 and queen d7 also. Or no, apparently knight d6 is a move. Oof. Very, very tough position here. Rook e3 is the best move. Will we get rook e3? Rook e3. He finds it. Yeah. Rook takes f3 is winning here. Oh, rook f3, queen e3. Oh, wow. What? And it's gone. It's a draw. It's gone. You can't do anything. Like, it's gone. Knight e4, and now Magnus saves it. Magnus probably will win this, by the way. Rook c7. Magnus will probably win this. It's still a draw, but yeah, bishop g7. Queen a3 is a draw, but ugh. Why did he go queen c7? Why did he go bishop e5? What is that? Queen b8 takes. Okay, this will still be a draw. You bring the bishop out. Black is the outside pawns. Should be a draw, mind you, but it's not obvious. h5 or king d6. h5 maybe. Yeah, this will be a draw. g4 h5 h5 maybe. Okay. Yeah, this will be a draw with bishop f2. Bishop f2 and draw. Although Nepo's trying king c4. Computer wants bishop f6. Bishop e7. I mean, this is a draw, but there are some small chances here. Go king b6. King a6. Takes. What is h4? He's just trying to draw the game, I guess. It's just a draw. Right or not? a5, f5, king b4. What is bishop d8? Maybe you go knight d2, knight b1. This is a classic box. It's just a draw. This is just a classic box. It's just a box. It's just a box. It's still a box. Knight b1 is still the box. You have all the squares with the knight. This is a very well known. King d5. Nice. Yeah, Magnus saves it. A knight takes g3 is such a bad move from Nepo. Knight g3 was such a bad move. But he had a chance somewhere to win this, right? Was there a chance right here? Yeah, why did he just take? I mean, I guess he thought king e6 and he was afraid of this, but this is just winning, right? Is this winning? Yeah, this one's winning with the bishop. That's actually disappointing because he would have won the game if he did it. Yeah, if he had gone bishop, if he had gone for this, he would have won the game. 100%. Yeah, disappointing. Very disappointing. Yeah, I mean, so now we're back in the same spot. Nepo's still down 2 points. He loses the next game, it's all over. Yeah, actually I'm gonna set up the second one too, because while I'm at it, just so I can do my recap right away. I probably won't do my recap on stream, actually. Let's take a look. Standings are still going. All right, let's go back. Game 4. There we go. El Magneto. El Magneto. El Magneto. Yeah. No chance he wins 3 straight. No, I mean, I'm not gonna do the recap on stream. I don't think I could, but I don't think I will. Maybe, I don't know. Is it possible for you to come live on Twitch and Kick at the same time? No, you guys. My streams on Kick are only on Kick. Max, you're the king of swindles. I mean, I think really what it comes down to is the bullet skills. Like when you get down to sub 5 seconds, it's just pure intuition, and obviously Magnus's intuition is insane. I will never join on X again. Bye. I'm sorry you feel that way, Data. Sorry you feel that way. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it comes down to intuition when you're in the 5-second phase, and like, I mean, I feel like that's basically for me. If I can get games down to 5 seconds, I mean, I'm better than anyone. But getting a game to 5 seconds where it's dynamic and it's not a simple end game or other things is very hard to do, of course. Am I afraid of the new O3 AI model from OpenAI? I'm not a fan of OpenAI. I mean, just looking at all the stuff that they've done. I mean, they were non-for-profit, and now Sam Altman's going to get like billions of dollars. Like, the whole project was supposed to be something that was not about just like becoming a capitalist, you know, money machine. But whatever. It is what it is, as they say. So anyway, greed got the better of him. Yeah. A beast. Am I better than Penguin with less than 5 seconds? Well, I'm talking a situation where you're playing like 3-1-5-1 over the board, not with a mouse. I'm saying when you play 3-1-5-1 over the board. Thank you, Schwartz. Thank you to Vinko Coop. Thank you to John Noxius for 12 months. When you're playing over the board, when you're playing over the board with like 1 second increment is what I'm referring to, not online. I mean, online straight up like 10 seconds or less if the position's like not clear cut. Probably I mean, not probably, Andrew's definitely better. Daniel's probably faster than me too. Like who else is there? I mean, probably most of these kids even are faster than me at this point too. Like they're probably better than me. I don't know the speed I once did. I'm still very good obviously, but I'm not as good as I once was. Why there aren't any blindfold tournaments? Because blindfold just isn't super exciting for people, I think. Yeah. How long are the breaks? I don't know. I'm gonna go get some food though. I'm gonna go get some more coffee, or actually I still have coffee, maybe not, but I'm gonna go get some more. I'm gonna go use the restroom, go get a little bit of food, and we'll cover game 4. So give me 1 second, you guys. 1 second. All right, you guys, where were we? Okay, let's do some puzzles while we wait for the games, for the players to sit down. Or no, the players are sitting down right now. Are they sitting down? Let's do one quick puzzle rush. Let's do one quick puzzle rush. Actually, they just start again? Wow, they started the game. Jeez, 1 second. I can't do it. Actually, I can't do it. The sound is too distracting. I actually can't do it. Sorry, it's too distracting. Okay, back to, yeah, it's too distracting. I can't do it. It's too distracting. Okay, what do we get? We get Lenimzo Indian from Nepo here. We got C5 on move 4. Okay, one of the more aggressive approaches. Let's see if we get A3. A3 is the most aggressive all-in approach you can go for with white here. Bishop D3 and Knight G2 are also playable. So we got Knight G2. Thank you so much to Axel Stacks for the prime. Appreciate it. Thanks so much to Axel Stacks. This might be the last game of the event. Maybe. This might be the last game of the event. I think DC5, DC4, Queen A4. There's some game that Fabiano, I think, beat Wesley So in the Sinkfield Cup or something in this line. But I could be wrong. There was some game in this that I think Wesley blundered very early and lost in this exact line, if I'm not mistaken. See what we got here. For everybody who's watching on X, enjoying the X stream. Thank you, Fold B. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are in the world. This might be the last game of 2024 streams by GMHikaru. It's been a good year, though. It's been a great year. I mean, the market was on fire. Streaming was pretty good. Everything continued much like it has. So I had another great year overall. I don't know about you guys, but I had a pretty good year. 2024 was overall a very, very good year. It was a very good year. Can I rotate the board and look at it from the black side? Nah, we're gonna look from the white side. Yeah, this is game 4. It's 2.5 half in favor of Magnus. Flip the board. Oh, too much war. I guess that's, yeah, but we could talk about politics or whatever. That's not me. I'm not, I mean, I don't know. Politics is not my thing. I mean, considering that I was going to I was going to be a I was going to go into politics, and I was studying political science when I went to university, or college as they call it here in America. Like, I mean, I don't know, all of that is a little bit too far for me. Was Kramnik a good part of your year? Yeah, good troll. What about the prize money in the freestyle? BDW extremely best lineup. I don't know what BDW means, but yeah, it's a very good lineup. There's a lot of prize money, as I've said many times on stream, and you know, since I'm so attention seeking, I've said a million times, the thing that matters is players are always going to go where the money is. If Elon Musk organized a tournament for 10 million that had $10 million prize fund, and he plays everybody up a queen from move 1, everybody would play in that tournament. So like at the end of the day, you know, that's ultimately what it's about, is like wherever the opportunities are, players will go. So if this freestyle thing is a real thing and you have these big prize funds, players are going to prioritize freestyle over classical chess. Did I read the freestyle chess tournament we did? I believe I already posted on my YouTube channel. Let me double check while I'm at it. Yeah, it's already posted. It's already posted. Yeah, it's already posted. So anyway, Hikaru, you look like my bio teacher. That's pretty funny, actually. We will be doing a live recap most likely, because I think I'm going to continue my stream after the event ends, because I'm going to be getting the raid from chess.com, so all the viewers are going to be coming over. So I will probably do a live recap. That is my plan. Knight g3 is a good move. Knight d4 is a move. Queen a4 maybe also a move. But have I prepared for the event? I've done some preparation. I'll probably do more preparation once I get to New York tomorrow. So do I have stock in Novo? You mean Novo Nordisk? You mean the is that Ozempic, if I'm not mistaken? I do not have a position in them, no. So yeah. Who will win World Rapid and Blitz? Very hard to judge. I think the only big question mark going into it is, will Arjun get a visa and be able to play? Because if Arjun does not get a visa, it means that Fabiano is going to win the FIDE circuit, meaning he is automatically qualified for the candidate. So if you're Fabiano right now, you're basically hoping that Arjun doesn't get a visa and he can't play, because then everything's over immediately. That's the big question about the whole situation. So that's really the big question right now, is what's happening. Are you gonna say at Levy's tournament? No, I'm not. Yeah. Okay, bishop takes c4, of course. Knight d3 would lose, by the way, because after takes there's queen a4 and it's spaghetti time. You lose the juicer on a5 and you lose the game. Why prepare when you can just cram the night before? Yeah. Arjun got the visa, it's just his passport hasn't been returned yet. Okay. Okay, I mean, I don't know the specifics of it, but okay, all normal, probably castles. I assume b4 or queen c2 or rook c1, knight d3. Probably b4 or queen c2, maybe queen e2 also move. It's actually a pretty interesting position. Yeah. Why does Canty have GM in his name? I don't know. I don't know if it was like an inspirational thing or what. I mean, I know a lot of people get annoyed because obviously he's not even an international master. So it's like, why does he have GM when it's basically like false advertising or whatever? But that's the name he's had. It is what it is. Like, I mean, whatever. You guys can ask him about it. It's not my problem. So, see what Jan does here. b4 rook d1. I was gonna say rook d1. Yeah, very logical. Try to play e4 b4, try to go after this horse, try to play bishop g5. I rather like Jan's position here. I rather like it. Also, it looks like Levy's gonna be playing another tournament in January that we're gonna be covering too. Yeah, I think Levy's gonna be playing some tournament in January, so we're gonna be covering that for sure. Does this image open? I'll pull this image up. So we have a tournament. You've got Josiah Stearman, Mikola Bordnik, Alexander Domelchuk, Jonasson from Iceland, Levy Rosman, Kui Peng, Nicholas Mata, CS Rajesh, Pedro Espinoza, Rose Atwell, Irina Liut Singer. So yeah, Levy's gonna be playing a tournament. It looks like another Norm tournament, IM Norm tournament. Is that a GM tournament or IM Norm? Wait a second. Wait, that's an IM. Wait, why is Levy playing that? It's an IM Norm tournament. You can't get a GM Norm. Why is he playing that? No, wait, actually, why is he playing that? Legit. That's just an IM Norm tournament. He can't. Trying to farm? I actually think that's a bad idea, if I'm being honest. I think that's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea because I think what happens when you play weaker players, you pick up worse tendencies because you're trying to win at all costs. I think it's actually, I think it's a big mistake trying to do it, because it's like you start picking up bad habits. You pick up a lot of bad habits when you get in must-win situations. It's also my theory why Fabiano struggled against like the 2600s when he went on his farming expedition recently, because Fabiano, when he was playing these guys who were like 24-2500, he could do almost anything to win. And then I felt like he was making some of the same mistakes when he played against Theodoru and against Donchenko, where it's like, okay, there's no difference, these guys are the same as the 24 and 2500s I beat. And then he got destroyed by both of those guys. So I think it actually, like, you start acquiring bad habits. You start acquiring bad habits when you play lower rated players, because like you forget, like, the precision that's required to play against a top 10 player is very different than a 2600. So I mean, in general, across all levels, I think it's very dangerous. Mikola Bording, very good player, by the way. I don't know why his rating's so low. Like, when I look at IMs that I want to play online, he's not one of the guys that I'm looking to farm. He's a very dangerous player. It's the same as Counter-Strike. I actually had a theory about that, because speaking of that, I was thinking about the esports World Cup, which was happening, you know, and how, like, usually for these pro players, they have to make a decision: do you want to be a content creator or a pro player? Whereas I'm obviously playing at the top level, but I'm creating content every day. And I was saying that maybe that's the difference, that online, when you play chess, you like, if I go online and play against these top guys in Title Tuesday, I play against the best players online. But in these other games, they're actually doing all these scrims and these training matches, but you're not playing against the best players, are you? Like, if you go and play ranked like Valorant or something, you're not playing the absolute top players, right? Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm completely wrong, but I was just thinking maybe there's a difference, because you're not, I know, like, you usually have to pick one or the other. Pro teams usually play scrims, right? They're not actually playing online all day long, right? Yeah, whereas with chess, the best players are playing online all day long, so it is very beneficial. They play ranked, no scrims. Okay. But anyway, yeah, the point I'm making is, I'm saying it's like, you know, if I'm playing online, I'm playing, I don't know, like, this is not, no offense intended, but I'm playing Benjamin Bach every day and he's a top player, but like, I'm never playing Magnus or Nepo or Bortnick or Daniel or whomever it might be. Like, the level of my play is going to degrade, right? If they're all just literally never playing online. No, I'm not, it's nothing about Benjamin specifically. It's just I'm trying to pick somebody. But I'm saying, is that right or wrong? I think it's right. I could be wrong, but I think it's right. That basically it's like you aren't getting the absolute best players. They're all playing scrims, and you're never going to play against the best guys in the online competitions. That's correct. Okay, so that's like the big difference between chess and like Valorant or CS:GO or any of those games. Probably League as well. You can't be the best without playing with the best. Yeah, okay. No, it makes sense. But I was just thinking about, because like with the esports World Cup, it's a real thing. Okay, in the meantime, we've been talking way too much. Why isn't Nepo just going knight c6? I get, is he worried about this? Maybe this isn't so clear, but so let's see what we get. Let's see what we get here. Knight c6. We'll get bishop e5. Normal rank games are just casual games for fun. Okay, fair enough. Is Nepo a top 25 player of all time? It depends what your breakdown is. If your breakdown is like, you look at the pure quality of players, like the actual, like the peak that they're playing at right now, every player currently above 2700 is better than everybody prior to Bobby Fischer. So I think, you know, if you look at it from that metric, then yes. If you look at it from other metrics like candidates or things like this, world champion, you know, who is better than everybody else? Almost certainly not. I mean, it really comes down to what your metric is. Like, is your metric the peak ability of the players, or is it a metric of just like pure achievement in the relative time period? Like, are you going to say, like, you know, I don't know, like a player in the candidates in the 1930s is the same as a player in the candidates in 2024? I don't know. But if you look at peak ability, I mean, every top player is in the top 10. I mean, I would say, like, if you look at peak ability, Probably peak ability, Magnus is number 1, Gary is number 2, and then everybody from the modern generation is below those two. But you can't really do it, compare peak ability, because like Bobby Fischer at 2780 or whatever ridiculous number it was in 1972 is like, I mean, I feel like that's the equivalent of like 2900. I mean, maybe even higher than 2900 by modern day standards. It's just like, it's absolutely gross. Like, it's just insane. I mean, I don't know how to account for it, but I would bet that Bobby Fischer at 2789 in 1972 is probably the equivalent of being like 2950 now or something, like 2950 or 3000. Like it's actually just gross. Anyway, all right, back to the game. We got bishop b5. Thank you so much to Megadog for the 10 months. What up? What chess even looked forward to the most? Wait, what's that? Oh, the arena ended. Who won? Bortnick got the win. ED's Gurel got second. Joseph Taylor gets third. Pretty dry. 220 was the winning score. Very, very low winning score in Bullet Brawl for today. So back to this. See what will be played here by Magnus. Apparently Knight b3 is best. I don't think Nepo is going to lose this game, by the way. So I think we're going to get at least another game here. I think we'll get at least another game. They're listening to music or something, yeah. And the reason is because there is a live audience in Norway. What are the chances of me winning the WCC? You mean the World Chess Championship in classical chess? Very low. Very low, because my focus is not on classical chess. I mean, my focus in 2025 is on the freestyle events, as well as freestyle, as well as the esports World Cup. We'll get bishop f6, queen f6, rook c2, and apparently white's much better here. Apparently that's wrong. Oh, because there's gonna be, you're gonna have some rook d1, rook d2, I guess, to equalize. Yeah, rook b7 only moves if you take. Now everything's under attack and you lose the game. So yeah, we'll get rook b7, which is played. We're gonna get takes, rook d1, king h2, rook d2 draw, or knight f1, but knight d5. Yeah, I mean, this is big nothingness. Takes, rook d1, kebab with rook d2 afterwards to hit both the juicers. Yeah. Hikaru, he's focused on his new wife. Oh, when I got up to go use the restroom on the previous break, I did. I went out and just gave my wife a very big hug. So I did do that. Okay, rook d1, easily the best move. Rook b8 also may be enough to draw, but rook d1 looks good enough. Has this been one of Magnus's best years results wise? I don't know. I don't know what I would say. I think we're gonna get king h2, rook d2, and maybe even knight e4 just to kill the game. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a draw. So anyway, okay, let's see what we get here for Nepo. I mean, he's probably gonna be a draw. I think we'll get one more game, but Magnus is gonna just kill it. Yeah, I mean, you'd be careful here, by the way, because if you go rook a5, knight e4, knight d2, you lose the horse and the game. Like rook c5, rook c2, but the problem is actually after knight e4, rook c2, I guess if you get g4, king g2, you're okay here. So another day, another Magnus victory, nothing new. Yeah, I mean, this event, I said it before, it's missing something. It's just missing something. It's just missing something. It's not it doesn't have the same oomph to it that it had in previous years. I feel like 2020, 2021, and 2022, those 3 years, it was really it was still very hype, but I feel like since 2022 it's never really had the excitement factor. The last 2 years it's just been kind of dead, in my opinion. Even when I played last year in Canada in the finals, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right, basically. I mean, 2020, 2021, and 2022, all 3 of those years, it had a lot of hype and it felt exciting. It's only designed for Magnus to win. It's rigged. I mean, it's not, but it definitely feels like that. I mean, the format is so advantageous for Magnus, it's not even funny. But of course, he's not involved. It's just the format they came up with. Okay, rook b1, takes. Gonna be a draw here. It's rising again. I mean, we'll see what the esports World Cup is. I'm very optimistic about that. But I think in general, I mean, it's good that it's ending. I think it's actually good that it's ending, if I'm being honest. I think it's actually it's good that it's ending. Rook d4, rook a2, and draw. Yeah, or maybe you have rook a8, king h7, but rook d8, rook a2. I mean, it's all headed towards the draw. Yeah, I mean, this also, by the way, is this? It's a 5-on-4 endgame. This should be a draw. I mean, this probably is a draw, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, Alireza got crushed yesterday because he had a bad day. I mean, if you look at the match yesterday, even though the score is really ugly, Alireza just had a bad day. He was winning in at least 2 of the games that he didn't win, the last 2 games of the match. He was winning in both of those games. He just had a really bad day. He had a really bad day. You're going to put the pawn on a6, but then what? It's probably a draw. You put the pawn on a6, but then black just sits with the king. I mean, you're obviously going to put the pawn on a6 next move. It's a draw with perfect play, I think. Thank you to FX Kamsky for the prime. Thanks for FX Kamsky. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, Gata. Yeah, you put the pawn on a6, it's 2 squares away. I mean, f4, h... I guess h4 you can't because rook f2 is still fine. So, am I playing the Speed Championship? Yeah. Thank you to Random Cliff for the prime. Why am I not in Norway chess? I am in Norway chess. Thank you to Merlitzo for the Ray with 14. What do you mean, why am I not in Norway chess? Of course, I accepted the invitation like 3 or 4 months ago. Wait, are you trolling me? Did they not actually... Wait, I gotta look. Norway chess 2025. Let me see. Let me take a look. Thank you for the Ray with 14. Yeah, I'm just looking to see the players. When I look at the players, what do we have? It's not loading. Players: Magnus, Gukesh, Wei, Arjun, Zhu. Oh wait, they're showing all the women's players. They're listing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing. It's kind of weird they haven't announced it. I mean, I agreed to play. Thank you so much to Cyan. Yeah, that's actually very bizarre. Wait, was this a blunder? Wait, h5? No, it's still probably a draw. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit confused. Like, unless they're suddenly gonna take back the invitation. But yeah, I'm playing Norway chess. Hikaru agreed to play Norway chess, but Norway chess didn't. Yeah. Okay, f4. Okay, Nepo's trying to... what's he trying to do? He's trying to go e4, e5, f5, f6 maybe? He's trying to go e4, e5, f5, and f6, but king h7? Oh, e5 is a nasty move here. Actually, it's just dead draw. Because now you're going to sit and wait forever. Yeah, it's just an easy draw. Easy draw. Oh, so I'm going to eat some food. I'm going to eat some food. I've got just some rice, some meat, some potatoes, and some mashed potatoes. Or some carrots and some mashed potatoes. Okay, game ends in a draw. A very boring draw. All right, we're at least going to get 5 games. It looks buzzing. Yeah. Who cooked that? My wife. Now, are they going to play this game right away or not? I think they get up again, right? I don't think they play right away, so let's do a puzzle rush. Now we have time to do a puzzle rush. Oh, what's that? Check and mate. Oh, what is that by me? So bad. Let's checkmate. Oh, what is this? Check and check. What is this? 7. That's good. That was wrong. Wait, where's the queen trap? There we go. Is it bishop d6? Ah, that's so bad. So bad. So bad. The players back at the table? I can't tell. No, the players aren't back. Let's do one more. So bad. So bad. Oh, I slipped. Ah, that was a slip. I meant to go queen e2. Let me start over. That was a slip. What is this? Takes and takes. There we go. This is too tough. What is this? I'm actually blind. What? I actually don't. I don't know. I don't see the move. Okay. I don't see the move. What is the move? Oh my gosh, there's 98. Wow, I'm blind. I didn't even see the rook was hanging on e8. Wow, I'm blind. All right, let's get back to the game. Oh, let's change the scene. That was bad. Still, 54 is not the end of the world, but it is what it is. Yeah, I didn't see that the rook was hanging on a8, basically. Thank you so much, Schizo Manin, for the prime. Thank you so much. I do a viewer arena, not right now, maybe later. Gukesh got a 53 during the World Championship. That was his high. We're waiting for the game to begin, though. Should be starting pretty soon. My high is 60 in the modern format. I think in the old days I got a 64 sometime. Still 2 minutes before the game. Okay, I'll just eat my food while I wait. So anyway, this is probably the final game. This is the 5th game of the match. It's currently 3-1 in favor of Magnus. So anyway, waiting for the players to sit down. 5th game to cover. Constantly playing puzzles is a very good way to get better if you're completely new to the game. It's a very, very good way if you're new to the game to get into it. But don't do the timed ones. Just do regular puzzle rush. Yeah, like if you're new to the game, puzzles are very good, but don't do timed ones. Don't do timed ones. So anyway, I usually do puzzles and just do like puzzle rush or puzzles in general, but you do like survival. Like for example, I'm just showing you guys something. But like here, this is survival. There's no time, so you can take as long as you want. Either puzzle rush or just straight up puzzles as well. Straight up puzzles also very good. Both of those are good, but it only works up to a certain point. You have to sort of implement it in game. You have to like do it, but also play games as well. You can't just do one. You can't just do one. So let's go back to the game. Players aren't at the board, but they should be in a second. Should be in a second. All right. I thought Hikaru's mods were 2,500 minimum. Exactly. Of course, they're all very, very strong. Anyway, big shout out to everybody who's watching. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys are getting ready for Christmas. Of course, it is that time of the year. Can I watch on Twitch, please? What do you mean? I know what you mean. Today we've been on Twitch. I have been streaming more on Twitch lately. So I hope you guys have been enjoying it. So yeah, it's great to see the audience out here today on the 21st. Miley Cyrus after cheating on her husband with a dozen women. I don't know what that means either, but hey. 4 days left. Any plans? No. I'm probably gonna go to Costco again, look for some deals on some various stuff, maybe find some presents for like my parents. So I'll probably go to Costco as always. What else is there? I don't know what else I'll do. Maybe I'll go out, drive around, look for some Christmas lights perhaps. That's always a fun activity to do as well. Yeah, something like that. I thought this was on Kick. No, we're on Twitch. I mean, Costco is pretty decent clothes, actually. They've got like some nice sweaters, usually some decent pants. I mean, you can tell that I spent a lot of time at Costco. This game, Magnus has draw odds. I think he's going to go e4, and we're going to get another Sicilian. Probably Magnus will go into the open Sicilian if I had to guess, but we'll see. I think we'll get e4 because it's a situation where Nepo has to win the last 2 games or the match ends. I mean, e4 g6, like everyone in the must-win situation against Nepo has tried. Like, I mean, Fabiano's tried to play the moderns. I've tried the moderns. We've both gotten absolutely brutalized by Magnus when we've tried to do it in situations where he must win with black. So I think we'll get c5. Levy said he invited Hikaru to stay at his house. Levy definitely didn't say that, but obviously I'll be staying in the city. Do I have any plans to retire from classical chess within the next few years? Classical chess, yes, I do actually. My plan as far as classical chess goes is to play the next 2 cycles, to try and potentially qualify this cycle if it works, and potentially the cycle after that. That is my plan with classical chess. I do not, that's not to say that I will retire, but I won't be playing like serious classical tournaments after that. So yeah, I'll just say that for anybody who's wondering. That plan has been in effect for a while now. I haven't really thought about it differently. I've thought this way for well over a year now. I would say well over a year. So what do I rate my chance at qualifying? I don't know. I mean, Rapid and Blitz, Freestyle, Esports World Cup, those are things that I think I could be around for a lot longer. What will I do in New York before the tournament begins? I'll be up in my old stomping grounds where I grew up. I grew up in Westchester County. I grew up in White Plains, so I'll be up in White Plains for probably the next couple of days. I won't be streaming either, but I'll be in White Plains. A lot of people forget that I grew up in New York. I mean, everybody associates Levy with New York, but I was playing chess in New York when Levy was doing PP in his Pampers. What are your retirement plans? I don't have any retirement plans. So anyway, I've used that line before, by the way. I'm obviously I'm being a little bit sarcastic, but it's a good line. Do I think Nepo can make a comeback? Pretty unlikely. So yeah. Is there any harm playing more than a few years in classical, given that you can? Well, it's not to say that I will retire from classical chess itself. It's just that I'll do the Vichy Anand. I'll play like 1 tournament a year, keep my rating inflated for 20 years, and yeah, like it would be great to keep my rating at 2800 until I'm like 60 years old or something. Just play 1 game a year, and keep the rating there. It's kind of like how Gary could return and play a game and keep his, like if Gary Kasparov came back and played 1 random game against a 2200 and he won, his rating would show up on the active list at like 2813 or whatever it is. Okay, players are back at the board. Next game's gonna be starting in a second. Why not play some 2400s to get 2900? Because I don't really, I mean that's just kind of cheesy, a little bit too cheesy. Also 2400s, you would have to basically have a very specific set filled of players for that, because 2400s can be very dangerous. Okay, we get d4 from Magnus. I'm surprised we didn't get e4 actually. Let's see if Nepo plays like a King's Indian or he does something else here. But why did he play e6? Now Magnus will play the exchange. Oh, Magnus doesn't play the exchange. I'm surprised. I thought Magnus would play the exchange or just try to kill the game immediately. Little surprised we get knights a3. Little bit surprised. Not like crazy surprised, but a little surprised. Now this of course was featured in the World Chess Championship match between Magnus and Nepo, or not Magnus and Nepo, sorry, Gukesh and Ding. We get a3. Yeah, so Magnus playing the classic Gukesh prep now with this knight e2 and a3 here. Okay, let's see what we got. Now Nepo is a lifelong French player, or not lifelong, but he's been playing for, he's played the Knight of on and off, or not Knight of the French on and off for the last like 5 or 6 years. So Nepo is more of a native French player than Ding is, so it'll be interesting to see what Nepo's prep is in this French. Do I still have motivation to be world champion, or is that a big factor? It's not really. I think what I would say is that my motivations these days are to just try and play chess and enjoy playing chess more than the actual result. So I play chess because I enjoy it. I still want to prove that I can be competitive. Like it's always a fun task trying to play against these kids who are half my age and be competitive with them. But that's my main goal. My main goal is just to be competitive and enjoy the journey more than anything else. So my motivation to be a world champion, I haven't had that motivation in a very long time actually. Probably not since before the pandemic. Maybe in 2018 2019 I still had some hopes, although 2019 was a very bad year for me objectively. But I would say like 2018 is the last time I really like that was like a huge motivation or something driving me forward. So it's not something that's like a big thing for me. It hasn't been since probably 2018. Let's see what Nepo does here. F6 is a computer move. He goes bishop e7, maybe h5 here, maybe g3 as well to go bishop h3 potentially. Also makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm enjoying the ride at this point, and if I'm competitive I'm happy, but it's not like something where if I do horribly in a tournament it's gonna be like, okay, well, like it's the end of the world. Like I'm just enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying the ride at this point. I love the computer. It wants queen a5, bishop d2, and it says the best line is make a draw, but Nepo can't repeat because he loses the match if he makes a repetition. That's kind of nasty. You can't actually make a repetition because you lose the match. I wonder if Magnus knows that the best move is queen a5 here. This is a best of 6, so the first player 3.5 points wins. Magnus is leading by a score of 3-1 currently. Just letting you know, Junior AFC. Castle's okay. Apparently a bad move. Oh, we're gonna get this line that we discussed in the Gukesh game where Ding spent forever. This bishop d3 with knight g5 is just crushing here, just absolutely crushing for white. Actually, computer says that it's already close to lost, by the way. It's close to lost. I mean, I assume after c4 you play like knight g5, right? Oh yeah, there's queen h5. Ay. No, but if you don't go c4, I'm going to sack the bishop. I'm going to go for the classic Trojan horse where I sack the bishop and knight g5 and queen h5. This is what's known as the classic Greek gift. The Greek gift where you sack a bishop, you think it's free, but it's not actually free, as we know from the great story about the Trojan horse. It's called the Greek gift, so it's not really a gift. It's a Trojan horse. I'm surprised Nepo did this, by the way, because it's very reminiscent of the Gukesh Ding game where Ding spent forever before playing knight b6, and we literally discussed something very similar where it was something like we discussed something like this, and he played knight b6 because Castles was going to run into this whole bishop d3 h4 knight g5 thing. So it's a little bit surprising that we've gotten this. We get queen b3, queen c1. Problem is after takes you can't really make use of the queen here, so you play here, you lose the juicer. If you move the knight, you're still too slow here. The bishop and the knight are combining and you're already getting crushed. You're getting crushed. Computer wants f6, which actually if I were playing here, since it's a must win, I would play f6. Just like go all in here, try to mess, although I guess there's knight I would probably play f6 and just go for this and just like try to mess up the position and hope for a miracle. I mean, I would actually play f6 and sack the rook and just hope for glory. Like, how bad is this actually? Wait. Oh, you're supposed to take? I mean, this looks interesting. It's bad after queen d1, but something like this is probably what you should do. Would you like the fame from winning a world championship? No, actually, I think fame is a very double-edged sword. Contrary to what some people would have you believe. I mean, I think fame is very, very double-edged. It's a very double-edged sword. Once you have fame, like, I mean, it's fine, but it's like it gets old very quickly. It gets old very quickly. Twitter? Fame? Twitter? What do you mean? What happened? Did someone tweet something? Did I miss something? I don't know. I didn't see anything. Basically what happened is Magnus won the first 2 games of the match and the last 2 have been draws. Oh, you're saying fame attracts bad tweets and all of that? Yes, it definitely does. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, Korea takes. Magnus will obviously, well, he could take with a knight too, but I assume you just take with the pawn, because if you take with the pawn you still keep knight d2 as well. Like if black were to play knight b6, now it's spaghetti-o time. You lose your queen and you're very embarrassed. Get knight a5. Okay, so Nepo's trying to go all in here. The question is he in time? Because like knight g5 looks very dangerous. No, h6. Oh wow, rook h3, and you just, oh, rook h3 is caveman. Oh man, knight c4, I assume. I expect knight c4. Anything else I'd be shocked by. Oh man, rook h3 is, this is brutal. Knight h, oh, I can't go knight. I mean, rook h3, rook g3. I mean, you're getting murdered on the king side here. I bet Nepo forgot about rook h3. Rook h3 will almost certainly be played, by the way. I'd be shocked if we don't get rook h3, rook g3. Like, this is, you're asking for punishment and torture and suffering here. I mean, this is massive suffering. Massive suffering. And because Magnus is so ridiculous and he has that intuition or that sense, he's gonna actually use his time here. He's not gonna blitz out and move quickly, because somehow Magnus just has that sense of when you need to think. Like, again, just magically thinks here. Just knows it's the right moment to think. Thank you so much. It's Trickster for the 4 months. On the flip side for Nepo, the one good thing is Magnus here is going for an attack, and as we know, the one big weakness in Magnus Carlsen's game is that he's not very good at finding checkmates. He misses checkmate in 1, checkmate in 2, so maybe it'll work out, because when he attacks are great, but if you don't see the checkmates, then it's not so great. We get rook h3 here. Let's see what Nepo's gonna play. Yeah, now he's shaking his head. Yeah, you just notice, like, you just notice this. Yeah, it's just like boom goes the dynamite. Rook g3. I mean, you're just getting massacred on the king side. But like I said, for Nepo, Magnus is not great at seeing checkmates. So if you aren't good at attacking and spotting checkmates, checkmate in 2 or checkmate in 1, you can sometimes survive. Also, this is gross too. Knight h5. I mean, all of this. Look at these pieces. They're so sad here. I mean, Nepo's just getting blown away here. He might just resign. This is just brutal. This is brutal. This is over. This is over. All right, I'm gonna go use the restroom very quickly, because we're gonna have to do a recap very, very soon. Okay. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back, you guys. All right, you guys, let me copy this. We're gonna start a recap right now, by the way.